What's up guys, today I'll be showing you how to make transitions with the Ableton 10 auto filter. So for this example, I have two little loops here. I have this first little plucky thing. Pretty cool, and then I have this like annoying constant chord thing. So together, could be cool, but this is kind of annoying. So this is what we're gonna throw our auto filter on today. So first things first, we gotta go over to our library, audio effects, grab our auto filter, drag it onto our channel. And here we go. Now we have a low pass filter automatically loaded up. It always cuts a little. I always like to just boost her back up just so I'm not losing anything and I don't forget about that, blah blah blah. But so the first transition we're going to use is a high pass filter. Once we have it on our track, for this first transition we're going to do a low pass. And so what I like to do is just grab this frequency knob here. I'll give you a little example of what it's doing. So yeah, basically for the first example I want to create like a building feel to this chord behind this live plucking thing. So to do that, we're gonna go down here, we're gonna right click on the frequency knob and hit show automation in a new lane. If you hit show automation, it's just gonna give you the frequency value like on this lane on the sample, but that gets kinda hard to work with if you start copying, pasting and blah blah blah. So I recommend using this nice little show automation in new lane, and that creates a separate lane for your automation, which is a lot easier to copy and paste. Just side tip. But anyways, so for a rising tip, I'm just gonna do generic boring ass. Kinda cool, not really, pretty simple. Let's bring it up a bit so we can hear it a little bit in the beginning. And if you guys don't know how to do this, I'm going to make a little curved line on this last raise section here, because it's like the last two bars. If you hold option over top of one of the automation lines, and it gives you this little bendy symbol thing, from there you can create a nice little bend to your lines instead of straight little fucking, V's and shit. So yeah, that's our first transition, I guess. Maybe a little. Cool, maybe a little one of these. So in the new Ableton 10, when you make automation dots, it like quantizes your dots to the grid. and it can be kind of tricky when you're trying to do things like this. Like I would just want to move it over to like here, and so when I try and do that, it automatically quantizes me to the next line. So if you want to avoid that, before you click and move your dot, just hold down command click that, and you can freely move it along here. Whatever, you get the point. That's using a low pass filter for the first transition. So for our second transition, we'll be using a high pass filter. And so to switch over from a low pass to a high pass, we use these buttons down here. These are all the types of filters we have in the auto filter. And so we'll turn this over to a high pass, and since our frequency is set to 19K, nothing's popping through, so we're going to drop that down to 0 for default. And we should have like the exact same thing. Right, you're not going to hear like a cut under 30 hertz, so we're good. So to start the transition, we're going to right click on our frequency knob again, show automation in new lane, get some kind of automation going in here. I'm just going to make this none because I don't like seeing the line twice. It's just like an OCD thing. I don't know about you, but so this transition isn't so much of a raise, it's more like introducing a new element into the track, you know, starting off by just introducing the high frequencies and working it down to the full sound. So a little too high at the start probably. We want to hear something. So with that plucking thingy, just made it a little higher because I can't really hear it the same as I did when I had it soloed against the plucking.